This video is called Much Ado About Nothing. And I'd like to welcome you to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and I'm actually going to talk about nothing today because I couldn't figure out what to talk about. So I said, well, why don't you do what some of the other people that I've seen do, and they talk about what they did for the day, and they get lots of views, and their videos are only like 15 minutes. One lady, she posts every day, twice a day, but they're very simple things like what she did. And she went to the store, this is what she bought. So I was struggling today. I was trying to figure out, don't get me wrong, I have a whole long list of ideas, but nothing seems to be clicking with the audience except for my really loyal few people. So I figured, well, why don't I try this? So instead of going to bed early, I said, well, why don't you just sit in front of the camera and talk about your day? Talk about what you did, what kind of a day it was, what you hope to accomplish, and whatever. So anyway, welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and like I said, I'm not going to talk about much of anything except what I did. Well, guess what? I got up this morning, and one of the exciting things that I think that's happened to me since I started doing YouTube and since we started talking about meditation and relaxation and being mindful, I'm getting up earlier. I'm waking up and I'm getting up earlier. I'm not saying, oh, I think I'll stay here for 5 more minutes, please. Can I just have 5 more minutes? No, I'm waking up and I'm getting up. Now, I'm not getting up ungodly early like 5 a.m. or something, but I'm getting up at 7. Trust me, that's really good for me because there was a while there that I was sleeping until, well, between 8 and 9. And as one of my good friends would tell me, is you can get up whenever you want because you're retired and you're in control of what you do. And I love it when she says that to me. She reminds me of that all the time. Because it really is true. We can get up whenever we want, right? Especially, I live all by myself, so I don't have to account to anybody. And you know that mischievous dog that I have, she never bothers me. She never tries to wake me up and tell me that she has to go out or anything. She can hold it till noontime. If I wanted to stay in bed, she'd stay in the house. She wouldn't want to go. So I got up. And then I went and I did my morning routine in the bathroom. I had to put up my pills today, so I did that. And then I came out and I had a nice cup of coffee, and I am addicted to this bread. I told you that all I do is eat carbs. Well, it's called, I can't think of her name. Oh, Jessica's either white sunflower bread. It's like an artisan bread, or Jessica's white Tuscan bread. So I have found this originally at, what's the name of this store? Anyway, I have found a couple of places near where I live that I can actually buy it. So I have access to it, and BJ's actually carries it too. So that's a good thing because I go there every so often. But you know what? It's more expensive at BJ's than it is in the local mom and pop store down the street for me. Well, it's not really down the street. It's about 10 miles down the street, but it's the closest one. So if I run out of Jessica's bread, I can just go there. Now, you might say, since we're trying to be frugal, and there's some people in this community that are actually seem like they're homesteaders, like they're really, really serious about being frugal and saving money and doing things homemade, and I support that idea. I think that is really good, but I can't tell you how many times I have tried to make bread. I'm going to tell you the story about how I made English muffins today, and I just threw them in the trash, and I know you're not supposed to do that. I said I never throw bread in the trash, but I was so mad at myself because they didn't come out good. You know why they didn't come out good? Because I didn't give it the second rise. Now, there's something wrong with my brain. When I try to do these things, I sometimes forget a main ingredient or I forget a main step. And so I was really disappointed when I did the English muffins. Now, I have made English muffins in the past, and they came out fabulous. They came out really good. But ever since then, I've tried to make English muffins, and it doesn't work. Once again, I watched 3 videos on how to make English muffins. So either it's me, or it's the people who are doing these videos that are saying that these things come out wonderful, and they're fibbing or they're exaggerating. You will never get that from me. Now, I'm not saying that they are, but I wonder why everything I try doesn't work. So anyway, I made the English muffins. And my sample of the English muffins was for dinner tonight. I made myself a breakfast sandwich at the urging of my friend, because I was going to just have a piece of a rice cake with peanut butter on it. And she said, why don't you have an egg sandwich with your new English muffins? And I said, because it's too much work. And she said, oh. So after we got off the phone, I felt guilty because I didn't make a sandwich with my English muffin. So guess what? I made a sandwich with my English muffin. On that terrible tasting English muffin. That was as flat as a pancake. So I only ate half of it, gave the rest to my lovely dog, and I threw all the rest of them in the trash can. I locked the trash can because I don't want you-know-who to get in there. But I was so frustrated. Does that ever happen to anybody else? You try really hard, try to do things that are homemakey-ish, that are saving money, that are being frugal, and it just doesn't work. Well, so I did that. Then I did three thumbnails for videos that I had done several days ago, so that felt good. I'm still having a hard time with that introduction video and the end video, but I'm working on it. It's getting better, and I think my actual filming of the videos is getting better. So that's one thing that I worked on this morning. But then I said, my heart's not in this. I just can't get my, I was going to say a naughty word, but I can't get my act together. That's another one of my bad habits. Sometimes I say words that are inappropriate. I'm going to try and really not do that, though. So then I had to clean up the kitchen. I did have a cup of tea this afternoon. I have a cup of tea every single afternoon. And I was reading a book that I got from the library. I got it from the Libby app because when we did the frugal, when we were talking about being frugal, that was one of the recommendations, was to go to the library and sign up for the Libby card and that you could get free books. Well, can you believe I actually did that? And I was really excited when I went to the library. This was a few weeks ago. I was going to save it to tell you like an update of the thing, but I don't think people remember from one day to the next, what we talked about 3 weeks ago. Anyway, so I went to the library. I was delighted with the library. I have lived in this town for 14 years, 15 years. I don't know, because I can't remember that either. But I went to the library. It was the first time I've been in the library. Go figure that. I read a lot, but I usually use Kindle Unlimited, and I get the books from Amazon. Well, this wonderful lady helped me sign up for the Libby app, and I'm reading one of the books with the Libby app, and one of the things that I don't like is you really need to know what you're requesting for a book, and it's not easy to search. You have to kind of put in what you want, and if you don't know what you want, then it's hard to pick a book. Like with Kindle, they catch on very quick to the kinds of books that you're reading, and they'll send you suggestions, and you'll get hooked on a series, and then you'll just keep buying the same series until at the last you have to pay more money. It's not on Kindle Unlimited anymore. I caught on to that real quick. So I probably will be discontinuing my Kindle Unlimited. I want to get a better feel for this Libby. But anyway, I was reading this book. I couldn't even tell you what the name of it is because I read fast and I don't read for education, I read for entertainment. So I couldn't tell you who the author was, I couldn't tell you what the name of the book was, but I got into it and it was so raunchy. Now, I don't mind a little. I'm not a prude, and I don't mind a little of that. But, I mean, it was really bad. But the problem is I had a hard time putting it down. Now, I probably shouldn't have told you that because I'll probably go down a few pegs in your eyes. But I'm just being honest. I didn't order this book because it was raunchy. But once I started reading it, it kind of sucked me in. So I had my tea. I read for a while. I thought about what I was gonna, what my next video was gonna be about, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I talked on the phone with one of my friends, and that was really good. I enjoyed talking to her. I talked to her just about every day. Sometimes we miss a day, and that's okay because you can only have so much of talking to somebody. But it's good. We support each other and encourage each other and all that. But anyway, so then I said, well, why don't you just go and sit at the computer and just talk to the computer? So that's what I'm doing. But I know you're out there, and I know that you're going to listen to me. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed. And you know what I do when I go to bed? It's only 8:30. So I go to bed. I get ready for bed. I, do all the wash your face, brush your teeth, take your nighttime. I only have one that I have to take. And then I go into bed and I bring my phone with me and I play video games because I told you I was almost addicted to video games. So I play on my phone a few games until midnight. And then I shut the light off and I sleep like a baby. They say that the blue light, for some reason, stimulates people and they can't sleep. And that's one of the reasons that when people complain about not being able to sleep, it's because they've just gotten off the computer or they're watching TV or something. But not me. I go right to sleep. Sometimes when I'm playing the game, the phone is falling out of my hands. So then I know, okay, you're in trouble. You better shut the light off and go to sleep. I have one other activity that I do when I go to bed, but I'm not going to share it with you because then you'll really never come back. It's not anything bad. Well, you might think it's bad, but I actually enjoy it. Okay, I'll tell you. I eat candy when I go to bed. Yes, I brush my teeth. And then I pick out what kind of candy I'm going to have when I'm playing my game. I do that. So I have a few little snack candy bars like Hershey bars. I like those. But I bring a fresh glass of water with me to bed and I swish my mouth before I fall asleep, before I go to sleep. So it's not all bad. Now that I've told you all my secrets, I want to say thank you for listening to this. I would love it if you'd comment. And if you would like, of course, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.